Alright everyone, welcome to today's demonstration. Today we will be demonstrating countering an opponent's riposte with our own Masterstrike. A couple people have told me that they were struggling with this, so let's practice it. Firstly, I'd like to apologize for any potential spoilers. I attempted to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. Secondly, I'd like to thank our practice dummy, assistant, Black Bart, for helping with today's demonstration. Now on to the business at hand. To preface,
Good day.
I do play on PC, but I play with a controller. I think the combat system is cancerous with a mouse and keyboard. It's way too sensitive. You breathe on the mouse, it moves one pixel, and suddenly you're in another zone. Given that level of sensitivity, I don't know if this advice will translate so well. It's sound in theory, so your results may vary. Now, we'll start off with some basic cuts to get a feel for how our weapons and our opponent's weapons move. See how when he blocks our cuts, our weapons almost always end up opposite one another? This is the key to masterful swordplay. Learning to simply flow. Let the sword be where it is. Don't try to move it too much. I think the combos in this game are honestly a little overrated. Unless you have a clear path to the combo, just letting the sword be is plenty. It's enough.
Try attacking. As you wish.
Now, let's block some cuts. Same thing, see? Without moving it myself, without touching the stick or moving it, the sword ends up opposite his. Now, occasionally, and I don't know why, but every so often, and I'm sure the keen viewer has already noticed, you or your opponent will block a strike and wind up in the upper or lower guard instead of opposite one another. It's not a very big deal. You just really need to make sure you're paying attention to where your weapon is so you don't try to master strike out of zone. Now, let's try it out. As I strike from the right, Bart will block an attempt to riposte, but at the moment he blocked, my sword was moved opposite his. Without moving my sword, when the perfect block icon, the green shield, appears, I use the attack button instead of blocking, pulling off a riposte counter with a Masterstrike. Now let's slow it down one more time and see it in action. As I strike from the right, he blocks it, moving my sword to the left zone. I don't touch the stick at all. I don't move anything. He attacks. I hit the attack button instead of block, pulling off the Masterstrike riposte counter. It's really not that tricky. It's all about positioning and timing and making sure you're not overly changing your zone too much. Alright, and that is it. That is how to pull off a Masterstrike riposte counter. I hope this little video was at least somewhat informative, and I hope you guys are staying out of trouble. Jesus Christ be praised.